So good evening, everyone. Welcome to the World AI Cafe Speaker Series. Thank you for joining in today. I'm very sure we'll have an excellent webinar today, and I'm very sure you will enjoy it as well. My name is Rupa Mishra. I'm an associate professor at Rutgers University. I manage and teach in the user experience design as well as the product design concentrations in the MBS program. I'm also an active member of World IA Association. The topic for today's webinar is Startup Success in the Digital Age, Information Architecture as a Game Changer. Sounds fascinating. The speaker for this interactive event is Sumit Dubey. Welcome, Sumit. Sumit has many accomplishments to his name. He's an MBA graduate, an entrepreneur with a background in computer science, combining technical expertise with leadership excellence. The best is to share his LinkedIn profile link in the chat. I will do that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Nia. So in this webinar, Sumit will highlight the critical role of information architecture in startup success. I'm sure most or all the audience participants will enjoy this talk, demonstrating how well-structured IA enhances user experience, engagement, and scalability. It explores key trends such as AI-driven personalization, omni-channel experiences, lean MVP development, and data-driven design, emphasizing how effective IA supports agile growth and innovation. I would also like you to know that we'll be recording all the speakers, which we have done in this World AI Cafe speaker series, and the videos will be available on World AI's website. Let me put the link. It's a great organization to network and meet people from all over the world. If you're interested, then please join the organization. Every year we host the World IA Day, and this has been going on since 2012. And we have Nihar, my colleague here from the World IA Association, and she will gladly answer any questions if you have any. The format of the Cafe Speaker Series is this: about 45 to 50 minutes is the talk, followed by 10-15 minutes Q&A. And Sumit, if you wish to change the format, that's okay. And for all the participants, the audience, please don't hesitate to ask as many questions as you like, of course, at the very end. I would also like to remind you that this is a great opportunity to network with one another. If you like, please to introduce yourself. Please share your LinkedIn profile link, and mine has already been shared. Thank you, Nihar. And I will also share my department's website link. I will put it right here in the chat if anyone's interested. So enjoy the webinar today, and now over to you, Sumit.
Sure. Thank you for introducing me. And I'm Sumit. Today, I'm going to present on the topic Startup Success in Digital Age. Myself, Sumit Dubey. I'm going to present on startup success in the digital age and information architecture as a game changer. So I want to focus on how to be successful in this digital age and to be a startup founder, and what is the role of information architecture and how it can be a game changer. So first I will go for the index. I will focus on how to think like a founder. We listen a lot of time. So what is a founder thinking? I will focus on this. And what exactly is information architecture? Next topic is the problem that no one talks about. And next is information architecture in startups. After that, why IA is a game changer in startups and how to fix it. And I also focus on the role of artificial intelligence in startups. And at the last, there are key takeaways and Q&A. So I move forward. First, my introduction. I'm Sumit Dubey. I did my MBA in business analytics, and along with that, I did my bachelor's in technology in computer science. I started my own startup just after completing my bachelor's, and I did several years work there and I launched several products. So just being a founder and got to know what exactly the challenges of a founder, I got a hands of experience. So what are the challenges a founder think and what are the thinking pattern they adopt? These are the things I just learned just by doing it. So that's my introduction about it. I want to go for the next. There is a word we use to listen startup mindset, thinking like a founder. Lots of time we listen like that founder mode, and in the recent time, lots of people say just convert, go into the founder mode and like that. So what exactly is this founder mode, and why this founder mode is different from the mode which is being adopted mostly by the people, because lots of people are employed, they work somewhere like that. And what is different between then being an employee and being a founder? So that's a mode I feel experienced personally. And what is the change of thinking in it? The first thing is move fast, learn faster. That's the most important thing. When I worked as a founder, I started my startup. At that moment of time, lots of my friends talked me, we talked with them, so there is a discussion that we have to complete, we will be free by 5 p.m. But at that moment of time, my mind is not stick with the 5 p.m. My mind is just to complete that task and how fast I can complete that task. So it's not all about just completing the time or reaching a timeline. It's completing the task to make sure it is successfully deployed, as well as we got the required outcomes. That's in the mind being a founder at that moment. So moving fast is very important, and learning fast, adapting the new technology, and get to know that how to change, how to learn faster. As in the present scenario, lots of people saw that there is a new tools every month. We saw in the AI field recently, we saw a tool DeepSeek, and DeepSeek got integrated with lots of companies like Perplexity, Microsoft. They all just provide their integration within few days. So this is like that, they are moving very fast. The second thing is that customer first always. While being an employee, our focus is in the office, in the boss, and all these things. But being a founder, the focus is always on the customer, because customer should be and must be in the mind, and it is the first. Because when customer is first, we can able to deliver the product on time, deliver the required outcomes and the result. And if we got engaged in the all the things like how to complete it, how to regulate it, and all these things, then we will not be able to achieve the target. So customer is first, and it be always be first. The third is fail, adapt, repeat. This is very important. When I was a founder, there are lots of time happen that I go to someone and just demo the project, demo the product, and at that moment everything is okay, everything is all good. We deploy it, but they didn't get their desired outcome and they just remove the agreement. So that is very important. That is part of a business. So it is very important, if a person is failing and adapting and learning from it, it is important. And we have to repeat it, but with the learning, applying the learning, whatever we learn, what are the mistakes being done, what are the requirements it was not fulfilled. So that is very much important, and it is need to be repeated with the improvements. Next is think big, start small. This is one of the most important part of being a founder and starting a startup. When I was in the college, I started to launch the company by the end of my final year. But at that moment of time, uh, I just started very small. I just get a project, one project, two project. So thinking big is important, but if you want to convert it into the result, starting is required, and it should be small, because if we start very big, then we will got puzzled and will not be able to deliver the result. Delivering result is very important. So start small, so you will be complete the project timely, efficiently, and successfully. So starting small is important along with thinking big. So you have a big target, and you just started and completed your first project timely and efficiently. The next thing is teamwork wins. Surely this is the most important part, because someone think that I am the single person, I am the single one who will run the whole company. It's not possible. If you want to run a company, if you found a company, you need a team, because a single person cannot be expert in every field, and company is a combination of experts. It will provide a final product, and final product is not like that just a single person made that final product. It is being made by multiple people, multiple experts, and when all the experts contribute their best, then you will be get the best product. So getting the best product is required teamwork from the best experts. It is most important thing. These are the 5 point which I think is most important being a startup mindset, and how we go into a founder mode. Now we move to the next slide. Now let's start with a question. I want to ask to all of you, have you ever walked into a messy room where you can't find anything? Or your keys are somewhere, but you waste 10 minutes looking for them, frustrating, right? So anyone ever experienced this thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yes, I understand. So now imagine that happening inside your startup. Suppose you have a startup, and but instead of keys, it's your data, your content in system. Data is disorganized. Suppose you have a setup, you have a startup, and you entered your office, and you don't know where is your data, where is your content, and where a system. Everything is disorganized. So you have everything, but you don't know where it is. So when you don't know where it is, you will not be able to deliver result to get the output. That's important. So that exactly what happens when a startup ignore information architecture. Here is the role of information architecture start. When startups start ignoring that there's a no need for the information architecture, they will get messy. They have the content, data, system, everything, but they are disorganized. So it is very important. That's the reason information architecture play a crucial role. Now I came to next slide. Uh, in this digital age, is it a blessing? In the recent time, we saw that there are lots of changes happen across the digital field, and in the recent years, if you observe last 2 to 5 years, mostly after chat gpt, there are lots of changes, lots of ai, lots of things. So at this moment, starting a company is easier than ever, as I believe, because there are tools for everything. At this moment, if you go back in the past, it's not so easy. You have to bring the tools, lots of things, but at this moment, starting companies easier than ever. But ai at this moment can automate your task. Cloud, you have cloud computing, you do not need a specific storage or hard device like this. You have cloud computing that is easy to scale. Scaling is very easy at this moment. And there are tools for data analytics which will help you make smart decisions. It is easy to make decision at this moment, because there are tools which can provide you right insights and valuable outcomes. But here is a catch: with more technology comes more complexity. So I want to know how many of people feel that there are lots of tools and there are lots of complexity.
Yeah, like more and more every day.
Did anyone ever feel that there are lots of complexities because of lots of tools?
Yes.
Yes, because this moment some people use the chat gpt, perplexity, cloud, so lots of things. So tools are lots, but complexity is increasing a lot with them. So these are the things which just make us overwhelmed, like lots of dashboard, lots of tools, lots of systems. So we have lots of resources, lots of information, but we need to organize it in a proper way. This is important. So I believe digital is a blessing, but we need to utilize it efficiently. So now I come, what exactly is information architecture? Information architecture is a practice of how information is organized, connected, and accessed. It is in the simple words, we have lots of information. It's in the lots of way. We got insights from the LinkedIn, got from websites, from news. We got lots of information daily. And it need to be connected. When it is connected, we will get the right information. When it is not connected, we get the wrong information. And it is easy to access. You just use your mobile and get all the information what is going in the world. It's easy to access. So this is all like information architecture, how the information organized and connected and accessed. It's a flow. It used to design websites, software, other shared information environment. If you saw, there are lots of website being made today and years before. So websites are quite changed, and their integration and lots of things are changed. They need to be real-time information. So I came to the point, navigation. IA helps user find what they are looking for, providing clear pathways and simple navigation. Just suppose uh, you use any website like Google Maps, and you just click on the search icon and just type where you want to go, and just it will map show everything. Suppose there is a cursor bar instead of that search icon, there is a toolbar upper side, and they just select you some icons, some drop down menu like that. Then it is too much complicated, and it will be become like that too much messy, and you want to be able to get the proper information. Tool is same, but if it is not organized and clear, it is difficult to get the information. Categorization. IA information architecture helps user find information by organizing it into categories. I took the example of Google Maps. I can take the example of LinkedIn. In LinkedIn, there is a uh, icon for the friends, icon for the post, and icon for the notification. These all are the categories. If you suppose you have all the information, everything in a single icon, then you won't be able to who just got connected with you, what the notification you get, what are the feed you get recently. So it will become very complicated and messy. So that is very important. So that's a categorization, which is the information architecture provide you, so you get the information in a proper way. The third thing is search. Information architecture helps users find information by providing search functions. Search is one of the important component at this moment of time in the and even the past several years, because every website, every uh, search engine provide the facility to search. Even when you go to the normal website, they also provide the search icon, so it will become easy to get the required information. And if it works efficiently, you will be able to get your required information in any website. Suppose you go to any college website, you want to know that what is the deadline to submit an application, you just search it and you will find it. This is the major component, and it is a part of information architecture. Presentation. Information architecture helps user understand information by presenting it in a way that's relevant and contextual. It is very important. Suppose you go to the website of a college, and that college provides several courses like the MBA, like MS, and lots of other and in the several majors. So if it is clear that which course have which specific major available from that college, you will be able to find out your exact desired course and whether it is suitable or not. But if it just mention that we have this courses and these majors, but they are not connected which course provide which major, so it will become very confusing. And you have website, you have information, but it's confusing because the presentation is not good. So just because of the presentation, you will be able to get right information, and not, if the presentation is not good, you will get confused and not able to get the information. So these are the four things important for the information architecture. Now I come to next. There is a question, the problem no one talks about. What exactly the problem? No one want to talk about. We hear a lot about funding, product market fit, and customer acquisition. But let be real, how often do we talk about how we manage information inside a startup? When I started my startup, lots of people asked me how much funding you get, what is the product you are going to launch, which customer base you are going to target. I listen that question, but sometimes I think, what is the reason behind these questions? Because initially, when I developed, as I already mentioned, I started with a small products. I just delivered the small and try to be big, and that I have to reach this level in this time. But I started small. So at that moment of time, people asked me that you have to go for the funding. So I, when who are my close friends, I told them that funding is the secondary thing. Initial thing is that you will be able to deliver the product efficiently. It's not important you get a big project. The important is that if you even get a small project, you must deliver that project very efficiently in a best possible way. That is more important. So funding and market fit and these all things came when you grow in a startup and got to know that what are the things you need, what are the things for scaling. Scaling is easy at this moment, but still there are things which are required. So all these things start with the information and how you manage the information. You have the lots of information. You have, suppose you start a startup and after 10 months you find out that there is a specific customer base which are very eager to join with your company, and you have to target that customer base and expand in that field also. So that is the information which is very important, and you got this information just by doing it, working in the startup, and got to know what are the customers which are like who are liking your products and all these things. So if you have that information, the management of that information is very important. This is a thing, not structuring your information properly is like building a house with no blueprint. It's very important. When you are building a house, you need a blueprint, a map, and everything resources at one place just before building the house. So just like that, you want to scale up and you have lots of information, but you do not have a blueprint how to utilize it. Just suppose LinkedIn want to launch a product, like he want to provide a facility to the job seekers, job appliers, that LinkedIn will integrate, just suppose integrate with the colleges, and they will provide some specific facilities to the specific colleges. So it's can be decided on the basis which colleges students are more connected with the LinkedIn, and who are actively engaging, and what the professors and the teachers promoting that, whether it is a promoting LinkedIn that it's a good platform, use it efficiently, they are posting lots of things. So this is the information you get, and it's the information you get inside your startup. Start LinkedIn, a big company, it was a startup. So you get this information within your company that how much the students are engaging, professors are promoting lots of things. So when you got that this university are doing a lot, so we should go to this university and provide some specific benefits or some specific discounts, like that. So this is the information and management of information which will help any company to scale up and to grow in that field. Your team can't find what they need. That's issues arises several times, because if you do not have a proper management of information, team will not be able to get it, and you cannot do anything without the team need the information and in the proper way. And the same thing applies with the customer struggle to navigate your product. As I mentioned, in the Google Maps, if there is a no search bar like that, and there's some icon like few bars upside, and you will not be able to find a search icon, it's very difficult to use that product. And your system don't communicate well with each other. Communication is the key. I believe this phrase, communication is the key. When teams will not be able to communicate, customer will not be able to communicate, then it's not so easy to grow. So there are lots of things which are required, and the information plays a crucial important role, and management of information is very important. I hope this sounds familiar to many of them. Now we came to next slide. Information architecture in startups and why you should care. So it's very important. Information architecture plays an important role, and lots of people ask why we need to care about it. Lots of people says information is oil, data is fuel going to be. So when you don't able to use information in a proper way, in an efficient way, then it's not so easy to grow, to scale up, to get more customers. The architecture of information or information architecture is very important. How you get the information, how it being distributed, and how it being categorized and sorted in a proper way. Your team finds information fast if you have a proper architecture of information. Customer enjoys a seamless experience. As I give example of LinkedIn, there is a icon for the friends, the feeds, the notification. They all are sorted and categorized. So you will be able to get whatever you want to get in the LinkedIn. Data flows smoothly between systems. Suppose you have a college websites and they are providing all the information on the website regarding their course majors, all these things. So they will update on time that one is a deadline to apply and what are the majors for specific courses. So it's a smooth flow of data between the systems and you will be able to get the right information. It's a secret weapon no one talks about, but every successful startup uses. Yes, it is right. It is secret weapon. As I told you, lots of people says that you need the information before starting a startup. But in my previous slides, I told that the information is inside the startup. As I told that if you want to scale up after 10 months, you got to know that within the 10 months, who are your customer base, who who customer are liking your product much, like you have any specific app and you launched it and the people between 2020 liking more, and suppose you have a informational app or news app, the people like the 30 to 40 like more. These are the information you got it, so you get to know that in which field you need to grow, you need to launch your more products, and what is your area of efficiency, like you are doing better in that area. So information is inside the startup. You have to just use it efficiently. So every startup use that information and no one talk about it. So that's a secret. Now I came to next. I want to ask few questions from you. Have anyone ever experienced this? Have you ever spent too much time looking for a file or document, or like that you can't say you can't find that website and notice a different version of some data? Anyone ever experienced this?
Yeah, many times.
Okay. If you never experienced it, it's good. But if someone ever experienced this, like that you spend too much time, like that if you have a system, your laptop, and it's not efficiently organized, your data is somewhere else and it's not in the efficient way and the folder are very disorganized, you won't be able to access your files on time. So information architecture and its proper management is important, and if it is not managed properly, then it's a problem for the startup. Now I came to why information architecture is a game changer for startups. Is the truth. A startup that matters information architecture early grows faster and scales smarter. Yes, it is true. When a startup uses the information architecture in the efficient way, it is very easy to grow faster and scales very smarter. Good information architecture, better decision making, no more wasting time searching data. It also leads for the happy customers because they will be able to find right data at the right time, as well as system is scalable. So it's will not be like breaking things when you grow, when you scale up your system that things break, there are some issues. It's not like that because your information is organized and it's an architecture efficient. So it's easy to scalable in any startup. And when you start early, then it is easy to fix the things. Sometime it got wrong, so it's easy to fix the things. There are few case studies. which are like a startup that got information architecture right. First one is the Airbnb. They built a system where users find the perfect stay instantly, smarter IA, and more bookings. Lots of people go through Airbnb, and if you want to get your desired location, desired resort, desired place, you just type the name of that location, you will be able to get that desired output. That's just like the proper flow of information and the efficient use of information architecture. In the Stripe, the seamless payment system work like magic. Lots of people use Stripe, and the flow of the payment is very important. And how seamlessly it will flow, it just increase the number of transactions and ultimately result in revenue. Notion is lots of people are familiar with the Notion. In this, everything is organized, searchable, and connected. That's the best part of Notion because you will be able to organize it, able to search it, and connect it. So when it is connected, and easy for many of you to get the things connected and make it efficiently. These are the great products, and they used the information architecture very smartly. Move to next. How to fix information architecture without overcomplicating it. I believe there are 5 step framework. First one is audit your current IA. Where is your team struggling? Where are customers getting stuck? Sometimes it happens that you have lots of information and team will not able to get the proper information, right information, and not be able to deliver it to the customers. So it just result in the frustration of the team as well as the customer. It need to be auditing and to make sure that it's working efficiently and the flow is right. The second is simplify search and navigation. If it takes more than a few clicks to find something, it's too complex. As I already give the example of Google Maps and LinkedIn, the search is need to be simplified and navigated. As if it is not simplified, it will be just a result in the customer will go to different website, try to find different site and lot of things. Even if you have efficient rates, better price, but still customer focus on the how easy it is to go through the website and how it is easy to navigate. The third one is connect your tools. At this moment of time, integrating your website with other tools is very important because when you have the integration, then it's easy for your customer to share it with several platforms, to share it with others, as well as to get that information to them easily. So connecting your tools is important in this. Think scale from day one. As I told that think big and start small. So thinking scale from day one is important when you are working in a startup, founding a startup. Then scaling is very important. And if you think that you will try start thinking after 10 months, 12 months, 2 years, then it's not good. You must think of scaling off from the day one. And that's simply the like think big, so you know how much you have to scale, how much you have to achieve, and what is the process to achieving that. So from day one you should start thinking big. Test and improve. You have to test your product and improve it. As I told, I experienced few times that I delivered a product, everything is good, but when we scale it up, it will not work efficiently and provide the desired outcomes. So at that moment of time, customer was not so much happy. So at that moment, we need to learn from the mistakes, and after doing improving of product is required and reapply it. That is important. We get to get the feedback from the users and to understand their business need and reapply it. These are the small changes which have a big impact. These few changes we can do, and while working in startup, these changes can create a very big impact and the result can be very good. I came to the next slide. Future trends, information architecture, and startups. Lots of people at this moment of time used to say they want to start a startup in the AI, and there are lots of trends. They want to make several new apps, and there are lots of integration are available. So there are very several future trends which are going to dominate in the future. The first one is AI driven personalization, a smart system that gives user exactly what they need. It is just like AI personal assistant. As a few time back, billionaire told that the person who made the AI personal assistant will be able to win this race. This is very important. Personal assistant is just simply who will be able a tool, a app, a software which will be able to work on your behalf. This is going to be very important trend in the future. The next one is voice and chat interfaces. Search is moving beyond text. You all know that lots of search engine, chat, GPT, and others are providing the voice search interface. It is since long, and it's going to be increased a lot. Mostly website trying to integrate chat feature, voice integration, so that you just speak in and get what the search result you want. Decentralized data and blockchain. More transparency and security in data structure. Security is going to be a major issue in the upcoming startups, and lots of startup using the blockchain technology to make their data more secure and to make sure that customer data is kept in a secure way. The startup that adapt early will have the biggest advantage. It's true, in the startup ecosystem, the more early you adopt a new technology, new features, you will be have more chances to be successful. It's just like you can get to know about it, like the Chat GPT, Azure AI. They adopted very early and they are very ahead in the race. This is the example for it. Now I came the role of artificial intelligence in information architecture. We can simply say the role of AI in the IA. AI is everywhere at this moment, and there is a very much discussion about it. And I got to know what is the role of AI information architecture. The first one is robotics, the design, development, application of robots to automate tasks across industries, including healthcare, manufacturing, and space exploration. Robotics are using AI a lot, and it is going to be very good change in the near future. A very big change because the previously robots are doing in the future robots are more efficient and more capable to do things. Entrepreneurship, the process of building and scaling innovative business, often involving technology, market research, investment. Building a startup, it's not just about you get a project and start doing this and lots of things. There are lots of research is required in which field you have to start, what project you need to get, and in which market you have to focus, and what are the reaction of the market when you launch your product. So there are lots of markets research is required, lots of technology you need to integrate. So in the entrepreneurship, and lots of AI startup is going to launch in the near future. Biomedicine, in the biomedicine there is a scope of very big use of AI. If we use the research of AI, we will be able to get made medicine quickly and efficiently as compared to previous one, and got the solution of diseases which are not still get. So it can do big changes in the near future. AI and machine learning. Previously, we learned about that machine learning is just making models and lots of things, but still the tools in the market which are learning just by using the existing models. We have learned from the recently. The models are being trained using the existing models. Cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a very important part. As the data grows, lots of people going to the digital age, then the cybersecurity is going to be a critical issue, and it need to be addressed. So transparency and security of the data as well as the transaction is more important, and AI going to play a very important role. Space technology. In the space technology, there is a need for the satellites, more satellites in the future, and information architecture is going to play an important role with the use of AI. It will help in advancing scientific discovery and interplanetary travel. I believe these are the things in which AI will be used of information architecture, and there are lots of things in which information architecture can be used. So I came to the next thing. What are the key takeaways? And you need to remember, startups that organize their information properly scale faster. That's important. When you have the information and you will be able to organize that information, you will be able to scale faster because you know in which market you have to target, which customer you have to target, and which product you need to develop more and efficiently. Along with good information architecture makes everything smoother: teamwork, customer experience, decision making. It is a very important thing. When you have information architecture in a proper way, then your team will be able to get proper information on time. Customer will experience a better website and better outcome from your side, and you will be able to take better decision because you have proper information, and you know where to scale up and how to scale, and what is the key areas you need to focus on. And if any startup have a problem with the information architecture, this is the best time to fix it now, because if you grow, if a startup grow, then there is a lots of information, and when there is a lots of information, it's not so easy to fix later. So better is that fix it now. You don't need to be an expert, just focus on clear, simple structure. Information architecture is a thing in which you need not to be expert. If you are just organizing your laptop, you need to just organize your folders in a proper way, so you know from where your folder is saved, you will get that information. It is just like that. You will need to be clear and your structure is simple. So it is just as simple as just navigating through your laptop. Next is, I want to suggest some next steps. Before you go back to your work today, you should ask yourself, if you have any startup or something you are got involved in, where is my startup struggling with information management? Just like that, suppose you have a startup and you have lots of information, but you will not be able to scale up. So for scaling, you have the information inside your startup, you have to just organize it, and the flow of that information should be in a meaningful way. So you will be able to scale up, focus on your customer, and focus in which product you need to launch or improve it. The next is, how can I simplify things for my team and customers? Same thing apply with the team and the customers, because information plays important role for the team and customer. When the team got the proper information, right information on time, team will be able to deliver the product timely, and customer need the information. So you will need to get the more revenue. If customer get not able to get the information properly, then you will lose your customers. So it is very important for team as well as the customer. And the next thing is, which tool or process can I improve today? So this is the thing you need to check from your side. What are the tools? What are the process? You need to check from your side. Then you will be able to improve, so that you will be able to scale up and got efficient result. I believe that small actions today, big improvement tomorrow. Just like that, there are few small actions which can be done today, so it will be result in a big improvement that tomorrow. So these are the things I just share with you. And how many of you want are ready for your next startup? Thank you. And if you have any question or you want to connect with me, you can email me, visit my website on, or connect me on LinkedIn.
Thank you to our wonderful students and participants from wherever you are. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and we look forward to your participation in our next webinar. Thank you. Good night.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your time.